Dog leaves, and we come back. That's it in a nutshell. It's not rocket. Oh, dog decides to go to camera person. I don't care where this dog wants to go. Oh, she's right at the end. So now you have a decision to make. The single biggest reason for leash reactivity is lack of impulse control, specifically lack of impulse control out in the world and when the leash stimulus is on. So how do we fix it when the problem is out in the world and the problem is the leash is on? You can help it at home by not letting them do whatever they want in the house, but it needs to be when they're on a leash and when they're out in the world. So the problem needs to be worked on with those two contexts. But how do you do it when you walk by a dog and your dog freaks out? Once a dog freaks out, you've lost. So, but there is something, the single best way I know to help impulse control, to help leash reactivity and train impulse control is what I call the doorway method. My doorway method is so misunderstood. It is partly my fault. It is partly people not being able to wrap their head around a method that seems unfair. And it does seem unfair. You know where fairness ranks in my order of importance in dog training? It's probably fourth. First is effectiveness. Second would be lack of pain or lack of adversive being used. Third would be lack of treats being used. I don't want to carry treats with me all the time. And fourth would be fairness. It is not my number one thing. Effectiveness is my number one thing. Not using any pain would be my number two thing. Fairness, it barely goes into the equation. So this method is technically unfair. Hey guys, a quick note. The Beckman coaching program for professional dog trainers is now live. It's totally virtual. Learn about aggression, reactivity, how to train and use a helper dog, and much, much more. Email beckmanventures@gmail.com with why you want to be a part of the program. Now back to the video. And it's also going to make the single biggest dent in your dog's leash reactivity. I can pretty much guarantee it. So what is my doorway method? It is the dog, while on a leash and approaching the world, going, I want to fly out that door, but I know something bad happens when I feel like flying at something while on a leash, something bad happens. And think about the doorway or your dog launching out the door. It is as close to the same feeling or the same behavior as your dog on a walk wanting to fly at another dog. It is the point. It is the single point that is almost the same as the leash reactivity. And you might say, well, Joel, I do a sit-stay at my door like many of my clients do. And I say, I don't care about your stupid sit-stay at the door. I don't say that to my clients, but I'm saying it to you. I don't care about your sit-stay at the door if your dog then flies out your door. You should not be proud of your sit-stay at the door. It's how your dog, once you release them, what do they do out the door? Okay, or they may do a sit-stay, you may open the door, and then you may take a step, and they release themselves. You didn't even release them. You just took a step. You want your dog to be going out your door. I'm going to show you how to do it. Be going out your door 1 inch at a time. Going, can I go out the door? Can I go out the door? Can I go out the door? Because the thinking in that is the same thinking as them seeing a dog and being even more worked up than the door, but they see the dog and they go, but where's that guy? But where's that guy? Where's the guy who turns when the dog has the feeling of going, I want to get from point A to point B. I want to get out the door. I want to get to that dog. When they have that feeling internally, they need to, instead of going, I just do what I want, the doorway method will teach, and then sort of the same method as you get kind of out the doorway on your walk a little bit, the same thing teaches them to go, I want to get to that dog, but where's Guy? Now, it doesn't mean your dog's just going to be perfect, walking all like perfect like a 10-year-old service dog. That's not it, but they need hesitation in their life of which they don't have any, and you can do the same behavior at the doorway. So, I might do a sit-stay with this dog, I might not. I might fling that door open. 10-month-old dog, very distracted brain right now. Okay, that's how these dogs are. So I'm going to fling that door open. And this dog is most likely, I have not done a training session with this dog. This dog is going to most likely go, open doorway, I want to get out of it. Just like there's a dog, I want to get to it. It's a very similar thing. It's almost the most similar thinking that you can do in a controlled environment. So you can train them in a controlled environment, but then it transfers to when they see the dog, because the stimulus is the same, because the environment is close to the same, right? We're kind of in the house. You're kind of in the house, but you're kind of in the world, right? Okay, so I'll do like a lot of you guys do. Oh, what a nice sit. I don't want to throw in a stay, because on a walk with a dog, I'm not going to probably throw in a stay. Unless you're a crazy person telling your dog stay 50 times when you know they're going to lunge. Don't tell your dog stay if you know they're going to leave you. So, and dog leaves, and we come back. That's it in a nutshell. It's not rocket. Oh, dog decides to go to camera person. I don't care where this dog wants to go. Oh, she's right at the end. So now you have a decision to make. Now you have a decision to make, okay? Now let's get in the dog's eye contact. She leaves, and we stop. Okay, we don't need perfection from this dog. We need hesitation from this dog. So every step towards that door, now understand, the big world happens out there. This dog wants to get out there. So we need perfection in here, because all day, hesitation. You want your dog to go, I'm leaving that person, going to something I want to get to, and this guy always stops. No pain. Let's go. Leave. Oh, it's unfair, Joel. What's unfair? The dog's on a leash. The cue to walk well is not a verbal cue. I don't want to sit there and give my dog cues all day long. The cue is the leash. The cue is the weight of the clasp right here. When this thing is on, any dog needs to understand they don't need to be perfect, but they can't go wherever they want to go because the leash is on. And she's leaving, and we're coming back. And then we're going to walk to the door. You're going to walk. I don't care if she's on my right or my left. And I'm going to stop. And the dog, oh, beautiful. The dog is still with me. Reinforce. I don't care if the dog's on the right or the left. I think she walks with her owners on the right. She can walk with me on the right. And I'm going to get a little closer to the door. And she's going to get a tiny little correction and come back. She gave herself the correction. If she is walking and occasionally going, where's that guy? Where's that guy? She doesn't get that correction. But she wasn't doing that. And right there, she's still not doing that. I am still going to reinforce her, however. Okay? Because when she came back, she came with me so well. And we'll do this all day. If she wants to keep going and not knowing where I am, then she can keep getting that little tiny correction. Then, when she does it well, she's going to get reinforced. Or when she hangs, oh, that's such a good girl. So what did I reinforce there? I reinforced a dog paying attention to me and a dog coming with me. So when she is on a walk going, I want to get to that dog, she at least has a reinforcement history. Now, why am I not calling her? Because I want to teach the behavior with no cues, with just a basic watch this guy. Because on the walk, when they're thinking about that dog, looking at the dog, they generally don't care what you say. And you keep saying it, and they keep ignoring you. Get rid of the words and just start training the overall body language of hey dog, keep your ears and your eyes out for where I am so that they have split focus. So they see that dog and they go, man, when I want to get somewhere, that guy stops, I hit the end of the leash. So they start to get to where they go, there's that dog. Now, on a walk, when they see a dog, it won't be this good. This is a calmer environment. That's why it's got to be done here. Come on. Good. And go free. And good girl. She gets reinforced. Okay. And let's see. Now you're on your walk a little bit. And she's with me, and she's following the camera person. Now I'm still going to reinforce. Because she's just not doing. So you're on your walk, you're walking down the street. Now you're going to do what I call tester stops. Okay, she wants to smell. I don't care. And we're going this way. And she wants to go that way. Oh, that was a follow. So now I'm going to reinforce her right next to me. I want to be a place of reinforcement. It's called reinforcement history. I want her to get a reinforcement history next to me. Oh! And right next to me, reinforcement history next to me. So you're going to start to do turns, but it was all set up by her going, I want to go out that door. So now Oh, what a good dog. Now you're going to expand your walk. Now we have a dog that, I mean, I've been talking. If I wasn't talking to the camera, I would have done this in about 2 minutes. I would have been here. So 2 minutes of work at your house of sort of preemptively teaching them they can't go where they want to go, and teaching them too wide, too wide, too much in front, too wide. So what do we need right now? Do we need more corrections? No, we need more of a reinforcement history. That's why I'm not giving her the treat out here. I'm not going to her. She needs to understand that when she is next to me or behind me, heck, behind me, she wants to keep smelling a stick. This isn't a stick smelling walk. This is a worry about me walk. Then people say, well, what do you do? How do you release them? Well, you get to their favorite bush and you go, okay, okay. You can pee or not. They can sit there and stare at you. And you let them pee, you walk with them, you let them just kind of cruise around and pee. You don't worry about the leash stuff. You go do what you want, you look at your phone, they do what they want, then they get back on your side, and when you're on a walk, by the way, I don't care. If your dog walks great and doesn't have leash reactivity, you don't have to do any of this. Oh, Joel, I just want to walk my dog. Then walk your dog. Let him do whatever you want. I don't care. I actually don't care if your dog has leash reactivity and you don't do this. Or and you don't watch this video or you don't do it. It doesn't matter to me. I've trained 10,000 dogs. I've probably trained 2,000 leash pullers. I've probably trained 1,000 dogs that bark and lunge at other dogs on a walk. I've tried every single method out there. Constant treats, corrections. I've tried it all. Nothing seems to work like the doorway, and then right when you get out of the house, the turn and the reinforce next to you method without giving cues and training the dog that they simply need to keep their eyes on you without talking to them, treating them, finding the threshold, which is 50 feet away from a dog. And, okay, so she wants to go to water, or she acts like she wants to go to water. This isn't, I'm thirsty right now. She'll live, she'll be fine. Now she came with me, good girl, now we can go to water. Or she might want to go to shade. It's not even hot. You want the water? Okay. But she doesn't get to pull to water. Why doesn't she get to pull to water? Because she doesn't get to pull to anything. The same thinking, if I were to let her gone, poor baby, she needs water, and I want to let her pull to water, then that's the exact same thinking if I feel like getting to a dog. I want to get to water, I want to get to a dog. So I went, we're not going to water. You will live, you will be fine. She's not even that thirsty. And then when she looked at me over there, I went, okay, now let's go to water. You can do that on the walk too and see a dog. If your dog likes, dogs have leash reactivity in part because they want to play with dogs sometimes. So you got to get your dog's attention, get him looking at you, do the turns, do the doorway method, then you're going to walk, do the turns, then your dog starts to go, there's another dog, looks at you, then you release them to go say hi to the dog. But they don't just get to do it on their own. Not because we're mean or this is dominance or this is anything. If they just look at things and then pull and then get there, why would they not have leash reactivity? If she just pulls right now and takes me to a smell that she wants to get to, now this is minor pulling, she's just kind of doing her thing, but if your dog, I see people in the world, oh, she got to pee. If she just pulls and she just pulls me and I just go, why wouldn't she pull to get to a dog? Then when they're stopped from pulling to get to a dog, and they just stand there and they pull and lunge and you do this, they start barking because the frustration kicks in. So this is also a way to get rid of that frustration. Come on, Piper, good girl. Now she has this kind of hang out there kind of thing, so I just need treats next to me. But notice what I'm not begging her with treats. I'm basically doing the thing that gets her to either look at me or be close to me, then I'm rewarding her with treats, as opposed to just stay near me. Piper, just stay near me. Now, I'm okay with this method for passing a dog. Like, it's just redirection. You're just begging them to stay near you. The problem is, it actually rarely works for severe leash reactivity. The dog goes, I don't care about those treats as much as I care about barking at that dog. So, you kind of want to just use the treats as a as a reward, not a lure, and you want to do that kind of discipline-y, doorway, turny stuff I did, then the treats are an added bonus. They're not the focus. We'll give her leeway. She doesn't have to be perfect. But if you could be on a walk like this, okay, then your leash reactivity, if there is any, let's say it's generally, 100 out of 100. It's really bad. Or it's not really bad, it's 80%, 100 being horrible. If you get your dog like this on a normal walk, your leash reactivity drops 50% because they just don't go from 0 to 100. They just don't do it. They're tamped down. They're in a different state of mind. They have not been able to do whatever they want to do in the first 5 minutes of the walk. Hence, when they do see that dog and really get worked up, they're just not the same dog. I can walk with, this is also how you train off-leash control, by the way. Oh, not with her. She's a little, just leaning camera person. She loves the camera girl. Okay, so there's no pulling. And the only time that you can recreate the same thinking as going to a dog is at that doorway. It is the single moment that they want to get somewhere almost as bad as they want to get to a walk. So that's when the training needs to be done.